Good evening, people. Hello. That actually worked. It didn't skip. I am shocked. Did you guys hear it? Could you hear the music? Freaking bizarre. It never works for me, and it finally worked. I think. Um, I'm good. Could you hear the music? Yes. All right. Hello, One Stop. Hello, who was definitely first. Hello, Free Sign. It worked because I'm here. It must have, because it didn't work the last time. I don't know. It skipped the last time. I'd love to play the whole song. It's pretty it's a good song. It's a little derogatory, but it's good. But I like the song, so you know. But what's up, people? What are we doing? Nobody knows I'm even live, just the people on Earth and One Stop, of course, and I guess Freeside too, because he catches it, but not that many people, I think, know I'm live. I didn't tell anybody, and people complain that their notifications don't work, but sorry. I didn't message anybody. I do feel wanted, though, and I appreciate that, guys. I must say, I appreciate that. It's always good to feel wanted. Somebody once told me. It's too bad they can't practice what they preach. But so I hope you guys are doing well tonight. What did I do today? Nothing, as usual. It is my life now to do nothing, but that's okay. One of these days I'll get around to doing something. What did I do? Nothing. After this stream, I have to go drop shit off at the post office. Oh, do you? See, I don't know. Some people, I get it, though, because sometimes I don't see people's notifications either myself, but sometimes that's the only way I find people. Example, Nemesis, I get his notifications and then I can find him, but sometimes I don't even look at the notifications to be fair. You know, I just get on and do what I'm going to do. Like, for a long time, I never looked to see who was live. I don't do it now. I don't look to see who's live. I just go live. You know what I mean? And it's sometimes I'm like, oh, this 5 different people are live, and what the hell am I doing going live when there's 5 people? I got to battle with 5 people. But at the same juncture, I don't battle with anybody for views or anything like that, because people come here, they go there, they go everywhere. Everybody goes somewhere. And that's life on YouTube, right? Look, I was in Google Plus. And I mean, not Google Plus, Google Hangs. And I'm telling you, for 3 or 4 years, I went live every single day and spoke to the same people every single day. We all hung out every single night. Daytime on weekends. So it's kind of weird. I didn't think I'd get stuck back into it, but I'm back into it, aren't I? I'm on YouTube every freaking day, talking to the same people. You know what I mean? It's you say to yourself, oh, I'm not going to get, like, not obsessed, because I'm not obsessed and I don't go on all the time. But here I am at this hour of night. I'd rather end mine to come to yours, because those who come here go to mine as well. Thanks, sir. I appreciate that, because you give me the time. You give me the hours, and I appreciate that. Did you know I'm up to 483 people, subscribers? I'm like, it's like so close, I swear I can taste it. But I don't know how I'm going to get those extra 17. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, I don't know how. One Stop comes over sometimes. But One Stop's usually there. He might be lurking now because he doesn't go on panels.
Hey, Queen.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, yay, you're live.
Yep, I'm live.
We didn't get a notification. We had to go look.
See, somebody said that. People say that all the time. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You gotta hit the bell right, though.
Yeah, the bells, Justin's got it all down.
You just do all notifications. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Sometimes
Yeah.
it doesn't work. I don't know.
It used to be different. It used to be you just have to click it twice. Then it was always, yeah, you're always going to have to answer those questions with like subscribers and stuff because YouTube just, every once in a while, it just falls apart.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot. I would think in general, it's a lot. You know what I mean? It's just a lot. It's a system, but it's fucking a lot.
I've gotten notifications days after a live stream. I've had people, they've gotten notifications after I've closed a live. So yeah, their notification systems are a little spotty.
Yeah. Hey,
Yep.
Hey,
Hey,
I think he comes to your stream, I swear he does, but he just doesn't chat. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I didn't tell him because I didn't tell him. I just went to your stream. Sometimes I'll message him and be like, "Hey, I'm going over there."
Hey, Freeside, One Stop.
Hey, guys.
Well, you can sub to him now because you got a wrench. I'm still trying to work out why Abe can't come in here, and I don't know why anymore. Because we
Can you
tried
help her out, Justin?
He could just. The only way I could think you could do that is if you just blocked him.
No, we went through everything, he and I.
So you went through all that on boy, that's a good question then. Is he blocked? So
No.
Is he blocked on StreamYard's side?
No.
Boy, that's a good
No.
one. I don't know.
No. We went through everything and we can't figure it out. Hi, Black Rose. I mean, I literally went through everything with him. I've been on the phone with him for 2 days and we can't figure out what the hell happened.
And he can't pop in this chat, or he can come up on StreamYards, right? But he can't.
I don't know. I don't know.
He should be able to pop in on StreamYards, but
I don't know.
That sounds like a
know.
YouTube deal.
I don't know. I don't know.
Me neither.
He's tried to put things in my
he's
like comments and it's not showing up and I can't add him. I tried to add him and I can't add him. It won't let me add him. So it's
I thought that Abe wasn't allowed here.
Yeah, I changed my mind.
Oh, well, see, I didn't know that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I decided to change it. I don't know.
There was an amendment.
What happened is about a month ago.
Yes.
A couple weeks ago. I tried to somehow there was a mix-up, and I tried to add him on his main channel, but his main channel doesn't come up as him. Like when you put the @whoever in the thing, when you try and do if you try and hide somebody or give somebody a wrench, put in there @whatever, and it comes up with a name and you click it, doesn't work on mine for him. I don't know what the problem is. It just doesn't work.
So he's not hidden or anything?
Nope.
It sounds like just something glitchy in the code or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do shit about that.
Nope. I told him we figured it out. He's going to have to come on under a different account because
I would think so. Yeah. Because if he's not blocked, like I said, it sounds like you guys have gone down the checklist of everything to check. So.
And what happened was I tried to add him a month ago and then I just gave up because I couldn't do it. And I couldn't get in touch with him because when I got my new phone, my contacts didn't transfer over. But
shit.
If somebody texted me, like let's say Abe texted me, it would come up and say, "This is Abe." But I couldn't find him in the phone to text him.
God, what a nightmare.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's weird. But you got a new phone though, right?
Yeah.
See, the problem with our electronics is Shell is haunted.
Yes.
Yeah, no. I put up a thing where it said, people, if you want to reach me, you got to text me first. And I had people texting me that normally I text with because I couldn't. I looked in I can punch in like Vern's number.
That's
I could
right.
punch his name and it wouldn't come up. There's nobody in there called Vern. But if you texted
Right.
me, it would show me. So
That's
I
right.
just had to do that.
Oh,
I had to text
weird.
first.
Now I'm telling you, Queen, before Justin came down, I tried to watch his stream on the TV. Well, that was delayed.
Oh my God.
So then he had me on Skype, and I could hear him on the phone. You know, where I'd be on Skype, but I couldn't see the videos; they were too little. So I went and got an iPad, and where I could watch the videos on the iPad that kept up to date. But I couldn't get him on Skype on the iPad. So I had the iPad going to look at the videos and then the cell phone going to be on Skype. It was the most screwed up shit. And Justin's like, well, I'm coming down there. I'll fix it. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
sure I did. Sure I did.
I mean, nothing makes sense sometimes. And the thing is, Justin can get up and walk away from the studio, you know, wherever he's in, doing his computers and all his monitors and everything, where he's got hooked up over there, and not touch a thing. And he'll come back to it the next day and everything's messed
Everything
up.
of that sound settings will be off. Everything will be off. I won't have turned the computer off. It'll just everything will be off.
What? So I don't know if it's something wireless internet, or how weird things are connected.
It's you. It's
No,
you, my haunted little friends.
No, I don't affect Queen's stuff.
You're not in the
She's having
vicinity. You're
problems.
not in the vicinity of.
She's
of the
having
equipment.
problems with hers too, so back off.
No,
Sending it.
this has been going on for a while.
See, it's starting already, Shell.
I know, right? When you said that, Queen, you cut out.
I don't know.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, well, my Wi-Fi is shitty. So
Yeah, after a while, I just decided I'm just gonna Ethernet that shit. No more wireless. Just get something. I had to buy an adapter to pick up the wireless signal, and then I took an Ethernet cable and I put it right in the back of the tower.
That's what you were looking at, buying a house to where,
Yeah.
you know, we're just gonna have everything hooked up into the walls, and you know, just this wireless is crap.
Newer places are more set up for that. Like older houses, they just, you know, you can all of a sudden start putting demands on the fuse boxes and shit because nobody didn't have they're just older houses. You didn't have that many appliances going.
Yeah.
What did you have back in the 60s and 70s? You had a TV, a radio.
well, I have a lot of internet because I got my son in the other room with his Xbox.
Yeah.
I got my daughter upstairs with her Xbox and phones and.
Yeah.
I'm old enough to remember that when somebody used the blender in the kitchen, it fucked up the TV picture in the other room.
Yep, the mixer. You use the the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, and the TV would all of a sudden just start scrambling, and like, what the hell's going on? Why is it mixing up the TV too?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I can't use my microwave and my air fryer at the same time. I'm afraid to blow a fuse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're on that.
That's in our old apartment. We kept blowing a fuse.
Yeah.
It's like, what is going on?
Too many. Well, those were old apartments.
Yeah, the
that was a
apartments was
good
different.
example of that.
Well,
They
my
couldn't-
house is super old. It was built in like the 1900s or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And that's what I want, is an old Victorian house with a wraparound porch.
Oh my God.
Like on Practical Magic. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie with
Nope.
Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. That house, the house they lived in I would love to live in a house like that. I just don't want it haunted.
Well,
You don't want to bring those. What?
good luck with that.
I know. Wishful thinking.
Only
But the
time you're gonna
house-
get a non-haunted house is when you build your own.
Yeah.
Do you have
Well-
to disclose if a house is haunted, like during a sale?
I don't know.
I think you got to disclose if someone died.
If
in it.
someone died, you have to disclose. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, Whiskey Dick. Oh my God, Whiskey Dick. Something I never thought I'd be saying. Just something I never thought I'd say. Just like somebody was in there who was in the herbs before. Queef control. Now, I don't even like the word queef. I hate saying the word queef, but damn, it was easy to say, like, hey, queef. Yes. Fucking hell.
Queen, I had to ask Justin what that was. I'm like, what does that mean? And he told me, I was dying laughing. He's like, what?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that.
Funny, like shit that I would never say. Oh,
Just call me a vaginal fart.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
that's a good way of putting it too. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about?
It's a cooter toot. It's a cooter toot.
Yeah, cooter turd.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's funny. Yeah, we just,
But
I'm learning all kinds of things on the internet.
Yeah. All sorts of wonderful, amazing things you can apply directly to your life and enhance it.
Yeah,
Yep.
we were on the wrong channel last
Oh my
night.
god.
What a cluster.
What the
I told Justin, get me out of here. Get me off of this channel. I don't want to be here anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, last night. Oh,
What?
you were on Granny's last night.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went up there, it was really weird.
She,
We're like, all right.
Yeah, there's this. I don't even know what's going on. I just know that people looked into my stuff, and somebody said they're helping me, and they weren't helping me, and I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. And
Yep.
when you cannot look at your finances, and you feel like, everybody else is running the show, and all of a sudden there's money missing out of your account.
Yeah, Shell's just reached her
I'm
limit with
like,
this
I
shit.
am done with this shit. It's like,
I don't
what?
have that problem. I ain't got no finances, so.
Yeah, well, yeah, I didn't either for a couple months. Trust me.
I got the money in my back pocket. What? You want $2? Oh, I have some right here. Yeah. Oh, you're getting out of me, bitch.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. That's it. That's right. Yeah. I'm going to cry poverty just like everybody else.
That's it.
That's right. As far as anybody's concerned, I'm super poor. Everybody hates me. Nobody likes me.
That's me too. I'm super, super poor. Leave me alone.
Nobody wants to deal with me. Nobody wants to be my boyfriend.
That's same with me.
Okay.
I know. It's just everybody back off. Leave me alone.
That's it. Everybody's got to be up in your face and in your business. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I know. And then they're like, well, why are you on YouTube? I mean, because last I saw it was a fucking public fucking platform. That's why I'm fucking on YouTube.
I thought YouTube only played music when I first got on it, and I was like, what is this? What? And I started going through some of the stuff. It's when I could still see. So I'm thumbing through it and I'm looking at it. And Queen, I ran across this. Okay. First of all, I didn't know sovereign citizens existed. All right. Number one. Number two, this guy goes in. I don't know if you ever saw this video. This is like probably my second night on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out what YouTube is. And it's this guy that goes in to a car dealership and he picks out, the nicest car in there that he wants. And he tells the guy he'll be back to pick up his car. Well, he walks back in there with, a napkin or something and starts writing down on the back of the napkin. He goes, how much is the car? And the guy's like, $54,000. He goes, well, let's just make it a nice 60. That way you can get yourself something nice. And he starts writing a promissory note to the car dealership.
Mm.
I was like, what?
On a
This is
fucking
not real.
napkin.
On a napkin. They ended up having to call the cops on him. It was like, this is not real. And then the cops that would pull over those sovereign citizens, they're like, I'm an Article 4 free inhabitant. This is not your jurisdiction. And I'm like, what am I listening to?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny.
I know my rights. That's nice. You're so.
Yeah, I know my rights and my
Yeah, and it was amazing that there was no shortage of them. That or First Amendment auditors. I was like, where are these people coming from?
Yeah, well, they go and audit a post office.
Yeah,
like,
they hang out in a post office and harass people.
There's nothing going on in a post office.
Yep.
Go hang out in the middle of a police station, which they started doing, and that's when they started getting arrested.
That's because they deserve it.
I know.
It's so stupid.
I was like, what is this? Are these people real? And then there was this old man. They took him to court, Queen, I kid you not. He
Oh, Ernie,
he was in there.
the natural living man.
He was in there. He had a Daniel Boone cap with a raccoon tail hanging off of it. And he's like, I'm a natural living man.
I'm
He was
the
like,
natural living man, and
yeah, he
he's
was telling the judge all this stuff. Anyway, she ordered them out of the courtroom. And what did he do? He stood on top of that.
oh, he was standing on top. He had a Bible and he had a copy of like the Bill of Rights, and he put them on the floor and he put one foot on each of them, and he's like, "This is my legal standing." And it's like, what the fuck is going on? This guy looks like fucking like Grizzly Adams' grandfather,
he
and
had
he's just
beard
like,
down to his navel.
he's
It
wearing
was
like
so funny.
this fucked up hat that there's birds living under it. If you took his hat off, there's a bird's nest under it.
But then the only thing is, the camera showed him going outside. I don't know who was filming it, but they go outside, and I'm waiting for him to like hop on mules and horses. No, they climb in a car, going, "Put the windows up, put the air conditioner on." I'm
Yeah,
like,
he's
"Wait
a
minute."
natural living man. He should be getting on a fucking horse. What is
Yeah.
this? Fucking SUV, air conditioning, fucking light rock FM shit.
Yeah, people are crazy.
They are crazy.
You know, I mean, there's one thing. Look, I wouldn't tell, I wouldn't call maybe, Ted Kaczynski a sellout because he fucking used the bus to go into town to buy the fucking shit to build his bombs. But you can't be the natural living man and be running around in a fucking SUV.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, those people are nuts.
It's all about the interpretation.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
All
Right.
about perspective.
It is all about perspective. You got that right.
That's what I was telling Justin that I was riding one night, went out riding with my ex-husband. Okay, well I'm sitting there, and he pulls over this car, and I mean, this person is screaming at him, and he's screaming and screaming. He tears the ticket up and screams and screams and screams. And I'm like, oh shit, what the hell is this? You know, you're just kind of standing at the back of the car because you don't want to get in the middle of it. And what he did, it was so funny because I mean, this woman was, she's gone, she lost it. She was just speeding, wasn't anything that bad. He goes, anyway, he finally bends down and looks at her in her face. He goes, "Ma'am, are you going to be all right?" And she lost it again. He goes, "You just didn't axe murder the Pope. It's just a speeding ticket." She lost it again on him. And I was just like, there's no way I could do that job. And especially with an Article 4 free inhabitant or whatever the hell they pulled on those cops.
Yeah, I just don't. I wouldn't have the patience for that. I'd be fired, reprimanded. You're off the force.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some crazy stuff. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But he had the right attitude. Like I said, he's a douchebag person, but he's a great cop. It's like, I wouldn't even have thought to go there with her. But he's like, you really need to get out and pick up all of this trash you put all over the ground. I was just so a matter of fact with her, and I was just like, oh my God.
Well,
hopefully she didn't have a rifle in there.
It's got to be easier to like be calm when you've got somebody over the barrel. Like, you don't have to get worked up because there's no way you can you can lose in that situation,
No, but the thing is that I'm standing there halfway laughing.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
it's ridiculous.
What am I looking at? It's like a YouTube video you're looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now they're all over the place. Look at half of these. I don't know how many arrest videos you've watched, but I'm telling you.
Oh my God. I can tell you how to do the walk and turn. You take 9 heel to toe steps. You get up to number 9, you get up there, you take a series of short steps, you turn around, and you do 9 heel to toe back. Keep your hands down by your side and look at your feet while you're doing it and count out loud. And I've never been pulled over for DUI or anything, just watching those videos. It's like, hang on, officer. Let me tell you what you're going to do. Put that pin in my eyes and see if I've got tracers, if they're going smooth back and forth.
I don't know how they, a lot of it too, a lot of these videos, it looks like police work is just a lot of fucking paperwork too.
It is.
I don't want to wear that much polyester either.
Hello, Trunk Monkey. How we doing? Yeah.
Although some of them, when I did security, I did some of the uniforms. Like if you're not wearing like the top, the pants, they got that. You look like a movie usher. They got that like
Yeah,
what
that
they
red
got.
stripe
They got
down
that
the side.
stripe going down just the
Yeah, whether
center
it's
of
red
it.
or
And
blue or
yeah,
whatever,
on the side of it.
on the
Yeah.
side of the pants. It was funny one night. Okay, my ex-husband was like all into. He took his uniform to the cleaners and whatever. And it was like he told me, he's like, "Do I have my dress blues clean?" And I'm like, "They're wrinkled." And I said, "I'm just gonna throw them in the dryer to give them a bump." Anyway, they weren't to his specifications. So I said, "Well, I." He goes, "Can you just at least iron the patch where it's creased?" And anyway, Queen, I ironed the whole shirt. Have you ever ironed polyester?
Nope. I've never ironed anything.
Okay. I've ironed one shirt for him and it was polyester. It makes it real shiny. I'm like, here you go. Go stand up on stage with this shit.
So he went up on stage with
And
like this.
The camera's like, oh my God, he's like shiny up there. Don't ask me to iron shit. I don't know how to iron either. But he's like, can you just make the creases, where you fuck on, where the patches where the crease? It's like,
That's
I
right.
don't want to do this shit. Yeah, it was funny. Anyway, don't ever iron polyester.
Well, then now, what do we got? What's next? I mean,
What?
I don't know. I had an idea. I had a thought in my head, and it just escaped me.
Close your ear.
You know how this happens
Mm-hmm.
all the time. Yeah.
It's the same with me.
I don't iron either. I don't like ironing shit. I iron when I had jobs where I had to wear like sports jackets and shit like that.
Join my job, scrubs.
No, I hated that shit. I
Scrubs.
hated wearing scrub.
Oh,
Scrubs though,
well.
you can just throw in the dryer and bump and you're
Yeah,
good.
that's what I said. Join mine was with scrubs all the
Scrubs are
time.
easy. You can't do that with a suit jacket.
No, I wouldn't have had a job where I had to wear a suit.
I hated that retail shit.
Why'd you have to wear a suit at retail?
Because I was at I was a floater is what they called it.
A floater?
It's basically you worked in any department that needed the help that day.
Oh, to the store. Okay.
Yeah, so they had me working in lingerie once. I said I can't work in lingerie.
Excuse me, sir. Can you model that for me?
No, I know. I'm like, what the fuck? Because they weren't looking at who they were. They just filled it. Finally, I had to call the manager, and the manager's name was funny. Her name was Titso. That
was her first name?
No, first name was Carol. It was Mrs. Titso.
Her first name was Suck My.
It was
Suck My Titso.
Mrs. Titso. It was Titso. I still remember how it was spelled. And I said, you can't. She goes, what are you doing here? I'm like, this is where they put me. And it's like,
in lingerie?
I'm like, I can't. I said, yeah. I said, I got to go somewhere else, like in sports. And she goes, yeah, you got to be somewhere. One of the fucking other managers, she wasn't paying attention to what she was doing. She just kind of put me there.
Well, you could have met your future wife there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You need a size what, bra?
Hey, Justin, you're a 21-year-old guy. Why don't you go down working juniors near the fitting rooms? That's appropriate.
That would have been
They had me on handbags too, and you get these fucking women coming up there fucking asking me about handbags like I fucking know anything about it. I'm fucking 20, 21 years old. I'm like, lady, I don't know. It snaps. I don't fucking I don't know what you want from me.
Go underneath your crotch.
I don't know. Yeah.
Remember those shirts, Queen, that you had to pull down and snap at the
remember.
crotch to keep them tucked in your pants?
What were they called?
I don't know.
They were called
Snap crotch pants.
the Easy Fly Snap Crotch.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what they're called.
The Easy Flow, Easy Access.
Easy access. No, it's the ones where the shirt you snapped them where your crotch was.
What, into another garment to keep everything in place?
No, you snapped them just from the front to the back together, and they kept them like a tucked-in shirt.
Really?
Yeah, it was like I don't know. It's like a
Sounds like children's clothing.
how the ballerinas wore those one suit. Leotard, like a leotard, but it snapped in the crotch.
Oh, I imagine they just slipped into those. I didn't know there was a snappy bit.
No, they of course ballerinas slip into them, but I mean they made these at one time, and I'm like, What is this?
Someone had an idea at
Yeah,
a garden.
bad idea.
They're like, hey, let's try this. This makes sense to me.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what other things are kind of like garment wise that kind of didn't really work, like styles that never really took off, or styles that shouldn't come back, like the whole '70s.
I don't like bell bottoms on women, or men, either one. That's like the 70s.
Well, people were smoking a lot of low grade weed in the '70s, so I can see why bell bottoms sounded like a good idea. I don't know. It was the '70s. The '70s, boy. I don't know. What the hell can you say about the '70s? It was burnt orange, yellow, and
That's
brown.
like even all of my pants are straight legged, but they're slim fit. The
Yeah.
other ones don't fit me.
Well, that's
I
true
don't know
too.
what else.
Yeah. Or they get those low waist ones.
Oh, no.
Say you can't.
They've at least got to surpass your hip bones a little bit.
Yeah. Otherwise, they look like they'd feel uncomfortable that fun.
Well, if you bend over, you can see the crack of your ass.
Well, hell yeah.
Well, I didn't want that. I was a mom.
Oh yeah, that's true.
No. Get a little bit of couth about me. I don't know.
I bought button flies once. That was a fucking mistake.
Button fly. I can't imagine because all your junk's in the front.
Yeah, and then you want to, and it's five buttons. 5 fucking buttons, and they got a flap in front of them. You want to go out drinking in those things?
That's like me wearing my jeans when I go to the bathroom. I don't even have to unzip or unbutton them. I just pull them down.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
My hips are so small. It's like, what? I have a 12-year-old boy's body.
Oh, I told you don't have a 12-year-old boy's body. You got a 14-year-old girl's. There's a difference. Not much, but a difference.
No.
No, you got more going on than you know. You sell yourself short. You're your own worst critic. That's the problem.
Because I've worn scrubs all my life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me dressing up.
Why? There's plenty in there.
Where'd everybody go?
Yeah, where did everybody go? Queen, you still out there? That's okay.
Yeah, well, we got it.
Anyway, so I'm trying to think of what else. I don't really wear. I'm trying to think of weird shit I ever wore. I never wore anything really that fucked up.
Mm-mm. When we go out, when we dress up, you have to get on your good pair of tennis shoes.
I know.
The ones that are clean.
I know.
That's funny.
Well, now you can get some pretty good hybrid sneaker hiking shoes. I hate formal shoes.
Yeah, but when you first came down, that's all you had were those boots.
Oh, and
Like
my hiking
hiking
boots.
shoes.
Yeah, I had my hiking shoes. Yeah.
And you were sitting there sweating every day.
I
I'm like,
was. It
"You
was
need
time
to
to me.
do
I was in
some
Texas
things."
in May. I'm like, I think it's time to get something else.
Well, and up northeast, they make the clothes a lot thicker and
The
they're a
winter
lot
clothes-
more quality.
Yeah, the quality's a lot better.
Mhm.
Here, it's like
You wash
Cheap
it twice
shit,
and it comes
yeah.
apart because it's such light material.
well, yeah. I mean, it's like I said, you only need it for. And it gets cold here, but
Just barely.
it's not like
The 2 days out of the year.
you're not going down to like 12 degrees every night.
Mm-mm. No.
That's where it was back in Rhode Island. It was like, oh yeah, I remember this. Fucking holy shit! But then I go outside here before, after noon, and it's like, ugh. It's starting already. The heat is starting its shit already. Thank God today we got some rain.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain all night, I think.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yep.
But even though it's raining, it's muggy. You've got that back door open. We've got our AC set on 64.
Yeah, we got the balcony open in the living room, not the one here.
Yeah. Not the one in the back of the apartment.
I wanted to open the one in the bedroom because I wanted the rain to hear the rain more, but I just left the other one open.
Yeah. It would let in too much of the humidity.
But the storms here are crazier. I didn't expect like that big spider web lightning.
Oh, they have in Texas.
Yeah, I never saw that until I came down here.
But where we lived in College Station, I remember one night they were calling for heavy rains and winds.
Hurricane.
And hurricane.
Tornado.
Yeah. There's no hurricane.
Hurricane, tornado. What the
What
fuck?
the hell?
Doesn't fucking matter when you're spinning in the sky.
No, but it was through the tornadoes came, and a tornado hit. Didn't it hit the roof? No, lightning hit the roof of that carport.
Yeah, we heard that. Boom.
Oh my God, that was scary.
I know. You're like, what the fuck?
No, it's got Jakey and I both ran to the back of the apartment.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that? I thought somebody was like shooting at us. But then that tornado touched down, not even like a half a mile from us.
Mm-hmm.
Remember me telling you to let Jakey out the cage? Because I put him in his kennel. I was like, stay here.
Oh, I know.
So if that tornado hits here, we got to open that kennel door and let him have a chance. I was so worried about him.
And we had to go down. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, there's no basements either. You just got to go down to the bottom floor, whatever the bottom floor is.
Oh, yeah. We went down to our downstairs neighbors. And I'm like, I know they didn't like us because we made too much noise up there with Jakey and whatnot. But I'm like, are they just not opening their door? Are they home? They wouldn't answer the door.
No, they had 2 cars. One of them was gone, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Then you had the other family downstairs.
That Hispanic family with those 3 guys.
Yeah, they were cool as hell.
Yeah, they were so nice.
One of the guys worked at HEB.
Did he?
Yeah, I saw him because I was leaving in the morning. He'd come in the mornings like around 5 o'clock.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he'd work in the mornings. I was like, hey, I know you.
He saw you carrying Jakey down. What was he about?
Oh yeah,
4
yeah.
months?
Yeah, I was like, oh, we got to teach this dog how to go downstairs. He's getting too big for me to carry because I was bringing him downstairs, and the guy downstairs, he saw me coming down with him. He's like, whoa. I was like, yeah, that's a good point.
Didn't you have
Whoa,
him
I
around
hear
your
you.
shoulders or something?
No, I was carrying him. I was carrying him in front.
Oh, funny.
I had him like I had his back with his legs up in the air,
Yeah, poor Bunny.
and I was like, just come on, let's go, because it was a lot of stairs.
Well, I taught you how to teach him.
I know, and he figured it out, no problem.
Would just go up a couple and let him go down a couple.
Couple at a time, and keep stretching it out.
Yeah, he finally did it. Then he got bigger than both of us.
Holy shit!
I'm gonna ride him down these stairs. I'm
You
gonna
could.
ride on down. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
He's a big Benny.
Then shit, and he loved the water too, the rain, like this shit.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
The hopping puddles. And...
He'd jump in that pond in the dog park.
Oh yeah, the pond at the dog park. He loved it.
But he'd just chill out in it. He'd sit there and
He wouldn't swim in it.
he wouldn't swim, and he's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lay into it up to my face,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna come out.
Yeah, he'd get out and the other dogs would start chasing him and he
Yep.
didn't want anything to do with it.
Yep, and the other dogs would be an asshole. He'd be like, fuck off.
Yeah. He didn't want anything to do with it.
He didn't want to deal with assholes either.
No. Who does? Nobody.
Nobody. Unless you are one. Then you're like, my people. My fucking people are funny. Yes. I will fuck your mother as well. Yes.
Oh my God. No.
I too think you are a crackhead.
No, we're meth heads.
Yes.
They'll call us meth heads.
Yes.
And I think that we drink Thunderbird is what we heard.
We are not of
What the fuck? What is Thunderbird?
we are not of dissimilar mindsets. Thunderbird is like ghetto wine or
I
something.
don't know what that
Thunderbird
is.
wine,
I've
yeah.
never heard of it. I'm like, what is that?
It's like real cheap wine.
Great.
It might be cooking wine.
Cooking wine.
Let's get fucked up on some beef eater. Yeah.
No, that's cooking sherry.
Yeah, let's get fucked up on cooking sherry. I'm sure that's not a bad hangover.
Ooh. No, thank you. No, thank you.
I can't drink. I hate drinking.
Yep. I can drink wine.
When was the last time I drank? Well, no, I drank once on Thanksgiving, but that was like socially drinking with family. That's not going out and drinking.
You went out with your friends in Rhode Island and drank.
Yeah, it's true.
Which-
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like beer. Ugh.
Beer is, no, I don't like beer
Heartbreaker.
either.
Ugh.
I drank beer a lot with my friends in my 20s. You go out in high school, of course. Everyone drinks that cheap beer that's, they can get a hold of.
What's it called?
Black Label was the one we had. It was awful.
Ew. Was
It
that like a dark beer?
No, it was,
The way that dark beer smells, it's like real skunky.
yes.
Ugh. Ugh.
Or when I worked at the liquor stores, we'd have those microbrew beers, and some of them weren't even pasteurized. It's like, I'm not drinking this. I don't want to fucking feel this thing ferment inside of me. Forget it. Not happening. Not happening, man. So.
Just stick to your meth, Justin.
Hey, Abe. Is that Abe in here? Guess I'm not blocked now. How are you, Abe? There's Vern in there. So anyway.
Hey, Vern. Hey, Abe. I can't see y'all, but
No.
I'm taking Justin's word for it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh yeah, the chat. Let me check out the chat.
What's going on there?
What's up?
What is that?
Says Abe and Vern and One Stop.
Hey, One Stop.
And there's Black Rose.
Hey, Black Rose.
And we got anybody else in here? I don't know where Queen Wasp has went. She has left again to.
She has left the building for right now.
So no, that's okay. We're here like your substitute teachers. Everyone just
Have a seat, and
Have
when
a
I
seat.
turn my back, you can continue throwing wads of paper at my head.
That's right. Continue to read your comic books and smoke in the back only, please. Please, for God's sake, smoke only in the back. Mr. Brown is gonna take a nap. If anybody needs to go to the lavatory, go
Don't
ahead.
you remember that every time in high school when they bring out that projector or whatever, you're like, yes.
Oh, the
movie.
projector was great. The projector was great. That means you didn't have to do shit. And if you sat in the back, there might be a chance you could take a nap.
Yeah.
It's like projectors here,
Have you ever like laid your head down on the desk? Any of y'all where you got your arms crossed?
Yeah, yeah.
And then you go to sleep, but you jump, and the whole desk jumps.
You ever wake up and you fucking find out you like drool a little on the desk?
No, I've never done
And you're
that.
like, oh my God, I fucking was out like a light. What the fuck?
You went in there at second period, now it's like 8.
It's like, yeah, I didn't get a coffee.
They just let me sleep. That's funny.
I did in high school. I kept coming in with coffees. And my 11th grade homeroom teacher, Mrs. Megan, said, I noticed you come in with a coffee every morning. She gave me $20. She goes, here's $20. She goes, give me a medium black, no sugar. Drop it off in homeroom. You can just leave. That's what I did in 11th
A
grade.
medium black with no sugar.
That's what she wanted every morning.
It's like eating dark chocolate.
I'd swing by Dunkin' Donuts, and as long as I dropped it off, I could go. And I loved it because I was a teenager. I was like, fuck.
Did you want the change?
No, she just gave me $20. And she just because that's about what a medium coffee was back then. It was probably about 80 cents or some shit.
So $20 for
She
what?
gave me $20 for the month. So it'd be
Month.
yeah, that'd be a coffee a day.
It's now 40, Mrs.
Yeah,
Williams,
it's gone
or
up,
whatever her name is.
bitch. I may or may not have pissed in this one.
No, gross. No. That's pretty gross.
Junior English class was so boring, says her. English was one of the few classes I actually did well in.
Math is what I did horribly
Math,
in.
I was no good in math. Science, I didn't appreciate it. If you gave me those same science classes now, I'd do great at them.
Yeah, the lizard people.
No, well, I'm thinking more.
I know. I'm
Well, the
one way
lizard
out, what do you
people
think?
too, Shell. I mean, let's be
There's
honest.
no such thing. Yeah, no. You know what though? Or I can see what you're. I mean, I was really good in English, but when they started bringing out the adverbs and the pronouns, it's like, who gives a shit what the hell this word is?
It's
You know,
the
who cares the way it fits in that sentence?
you need an adjective, otherwise you don't know what color the fucking house is,
You
Shell.
need a verb. What is it called? An action word.
Action word, person, place, or thing, or a
Yeah,
modifier,
that's a noun.
or a dangling participle. Get the fuck out of here.
Mine was math. I'm like, what?
Is that a preposition? Get the fuck out.
You know, my math teacher, though, when I was in the 11th grade, he was like, you didn't do that right. And I'm like, what do you mean I didn't do that right? I got the same answer you did. But you didn't follow the directions that I did. What? Who cares? I came out with the same answer.
Junior English was mostly stories, says her.
Oh, where you had to read and pick out your
Oh.
paragraphs and your prepositions.
You know what I never did? The summer reading. Up, they're coming.
Here they come. Can y'all hear that? It's a fire truck. They went by.
They're like, oh.
But yeah, just reading out loud and having to pick out all those, you know, the prepositions and all that crap.
Hey, Queen.
Yeah, sorry, no, I got some bullshit going on. I'm gonna have to shut down soon.
Oh, okay.
We'll jump off.
Not now. Not now.
Are you sure?
Oh,
You're
okay.
I mean, like in like a half an hour, it'll be like.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Just
No problem.
deal with bullshit.
We're just reminiscing about school and
Falling asleep when they brought the projector in, and what classes were shit bad classes and
Yeah.
boring, and
Yeah, no, I figured figured you guys can handle it. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we can talk the queen. We can talk to anybody and all day long.
I know. I just can't leave it on, although because nobody can take control.
I remember. I saw Abe in the chat.
Oh, you saw Abe? I see Abe. Wait a minute. I don't even have my glasses on. Hold on. Where the fuck are my glasses?
You sound like Justin.
Yeah, I know.
Where are my glasses?
Well, Shell, if I have 50 pairs of glasses, I'll
There you
never
are,
lose a
Abe.
pair.
There's Abe. Hold on.
And then
I know. I'm trying to wrench him, but I just literally got back to the computer. Sorry, Abe. I was
book covers, Shell. Where do you stand on book covers? Did you like the shitty
No,
school ones, or do you like
I didn't want any of them.
I like the paper bag because you could draw on them.
You want me to
Okay,
have a book
there it
cover?
is.
Put it on yourself.
I don't
Okay.
like the official school book covers. I had no school spirit.
I was a cheerleader, y'all, in the 9th grade. When I tried out again for it in the 10th, the head PE teacher asked me not to try out again. I was so uncoordinated.
You still are.
Well,
Write something else, Abe. Write something else. Let me see if it went through, buddy. I might be tempted.
They said the same thing to me when I tried out for cheerleading.
Did they?
Yeah, they said you're too uncoordinated.
Your ass looks too big in that uniform, Justin.
Yeah, that's right.
They have male cheerleaders now. Do they have them in high school?
They had them. I think George Bush was a male cheerleader.
But that's college.
Yeah, college. I don't see
in
too many
high
male
school.
cheerleaders in high school.
I don't either.
When? Now?
Yeah, now I don't know.
Now
I'm not-
there's cheerleaders every fucking where.
Yeah.
When
Yep.
we went to school, though,
You know,
at least back then.
They
At
have-
least you made it in, Abe. I was talking about it before, how we were trying everything under the sun and we couldn't fucking figure it out.
You know, in Japan they have cheerleaders at professional baseball games.
Do they really?
Yeah, that's cool.
It's totally cool.
I like that. Instead of a big
Hit that ball.
mascot coming out. What's that? That's the duck.
I
Oh,
remember
that's the
Merced.
duck.
MERCCCED. What's that spell? Merced. I'd be at the top of it because I was one of the littler people, and I'd make that whole freaking V fall down because I would fall. Yeah, it was bad.
You just don't got it in you.
No, and the thing is, I didn't know football, so when the guy was running down the field with the football, I was like, "Yeah, come on, let's go." It's like it's the wrong team.
Jesus, Shell, you got to look at the colors.
I'm like, whatever. It's like, oh my god, whatever.
I didn't do any of that shit in high school or junior high school. I didn't care. I didn't want to play sports. I hated taking gym. I failed gym one year.
I failed gym the last year of high school because I wouldn't dress out.
I don't want to climb a rope. Go fuck off.
You are the only other person that I know that failed gym. I told you that when we met. I failed gym in 12th grade.
I would just
What?
never dress. And Mr. Mena was like, all right, whatever, bro.
I always had period cramps. You know, as girls,
Yeah,
we say,
well,
I'm cramping.
yeah, I'm having a heavy flow day. Sorry.
I was always lying. Always. Yeah. Anyway.
It was, though. It was just weird, you know? It's like,
What? Yeah, I
Jim
want-
didn't seem to-
You know what? If somebody paid me, if they told me I will give you $1 billion
to do
to
what?
do a pull up, I would
You'd
be
be fucked.
one broke ass bitch. I cannot do a pull up.
We had to do that.
I have no upper body strength whatsoever. You want me to kick the shit out of somebody? Now get out of my way.
We had to do that shit in the 80s when Reagan came in. He had the president's physical fitness challenge in all the schools. You all had to they had all this physical requirements that you had to meet.
Mhm,
and
You
it was
have
like,
to run under a certain time, and
yeah, we had this one thing I remember. They had this wooden thing on the wall, and you had these long wooden pegs, and you had to keep going up higher and higher,
we didn't
climbing
have
up.
to do that.
Oh, we had to do that. We had to do pull-ups. We had to do sit-ups, and you had to do it like you said in that allotted time. Yes.
Do you want to know how pathetic I am, Queen? if I'm laying in bed, I roll over and look at Justin. I'm like, all right, I need to sit up. He goes, hang on a minute. He has to get in front of me and grab my hands and help me sit up. Or I'm using nothing but my neck muscles. It's like, I can't sit up off this damn thing.
Oh, yeah.
I have no muscle strength hardly anywhere, but in my legs. I mean, I'm just even to this day, if I'm standing there they're as hard as a rock.
That's because you did all that running.
Yeah, because I was a runner. I should have stuck with running. Yeah.
You can run now. We just got to put a little cable on you so you don't go
Pull me behind the track.
so you don't go too far. Too far off the track.
Yeah.
Actually, something like that would be. Although you could see well enough, if you had you could see well enough on a track, on a well-lit track where it was.
Well, we're gonna find out next week what they're gonna do with this stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
we're
a
gonna.
big appointment coming up next week that I'm really excited about, but I'm dreading.
Yeah, well,
So
it's that dual edge kind of deal. It's like it's potentially good news, but then there's the other end of it.
Yeah.
Like when you had the other surgery, and you're like, well,
No,
I'm gonna. It's either no, but when you had that big surgery, that 6-7 hour surgery.
Well, that was and that's where that video's from, where they're taking that patch off my arm, and I'm like, whoo, because they pulled that tape off my cheek. I just had a donor cornea. I mean, it's like an organ transplant. It was a long surgery, and I'd gotten probably 4 hours of sleep. 5 hours of sleep. And I had to be back at his office that next day where you were filming it because you wanted to film it to keep it, for us. But they're like, look at the way you look. And I'm like, do you know what I just went through? I was out for 12 hours under anesthesia. And
Oh, you were fucked up. You were like,
yeah, it wasn't very good.
All you remember is me telling you about baseball socks.
Yeah, before I went in.
And I go, Shell,
I remember the anesthesiologist coming in there, and I'm like, you're the candy man. And they had an IV in my arm. I said, fill it all the way up till it overflows because I need more than most people. You don't know what my body does. I just wanted him to knock me out.
And you were out though. It's like one of those things you go, there's no way. I'd be like so nervous. I'd be like,
that's what the anesthesiologist.
No, I know, but they're like, count backwards. You're like, count backwards.
No, that's on the operating table.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Dr. K came in there and held my hand when they did that.
Yeah.
No, the where you breathe in is that gas that puts you to sleep.
I've never been knocked out, so I don't know what any of that shit's like.
You breathe into this. It looks like
I've been lucky. I've never had any surgeries. I've never had anything major go on ever. What?
They put a mask over you and they're like, breathe down to where you want this to touch your toes. Take deep breaths. By the second and a half breath, you're out.
Yeah.
I'm sure they use Versed and all kinds of stuff in there. But anyway, it was just like when I woke up, I was like, well, it's not like you get a good sleep off of that either.
Yeah.
You're just kind of out and then you're awake.
No, because you're not getting that REM. You're out. It's a unnatural disconnection.
Yeah, it shuts everything down.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not. You're certainly not dreaming.
You hear those horror stories about people that are under anesthesia, but they feel and remember everything.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. That's what I'd be scared about.
I did. Check yours. Sorry.
The anesthesiologist can tell if you're asleep or not by your respiration.
So how does that shit happen then? They're not doing their job.
No.
They're playing fucking playing Angry Birds and shit.
Nobody ever knows what shit.
I asked the anesthesiologist, I'm like, you're here the whole time, right? Yes. Either myself or my nurse anesthetist. And I'm like, you're right here, right? You don't leave the room.
Yeah.
I mean, you get paranoid about that shit before you go under, but Dr. K held my hand all 3 times during all 3 of those surgeries. But what he told me was right before I went out, you're either going to see a little bit better or you're not going to see it all. I'm like, just knock me out.
I know. No pressure.
You just pray to God. It's like,
how did he hold your hand if she was the one doing the surgery?
No. They were putting me under.
Gotcha. I was just wondering. It was kind of a weird thing to say. I was kind of
And then I
He
guess
held your hand during the whole surgery? Wait a
he
minute. I thought
did.
he was doing
He
surgery.
held my hand. He made me dinner, all of it. No, he's a really, really good surgeon, and he's a friend of mine, a kind of like a colleague and whatnot. So, I mean, he held my hand while they were putting me under.
Right.
And
He put stitches in her eye in his office. It was
oh,
gonna
yeah, that was
it was gonna
fun.
have to be like an operating room visit. And he asked Shell, he goes, because she had a couple of loose stitches in her eye.
No, it's to where my cornea was failing.
Was it? Where was that bad?
Yeah, where it went flat.
That's why you did it right then and there.
Yeah, he goes, "How's your persona?" Dr. K, why are you asking? He's like, because we can either do this one of two ways. We can go and put a couple of stitches in where it needs to close that hole up, or we can do, he goes, in the operating room. He goes, or we can do it in my office. And I went, right now? And he's like, yeah. I mean, he's going and putting Justin watched him.
Oh yeah.
Stick a needle in the white of my eye. I did it in the office. I'm like, I'm not going through surgery.
There were like 6 people in there because it was
He
the
called his
end of the
entire-
shift. Yeah.
Entire office staff in there.
I stayed in the back because I got up close and watched, but then I backed off because I said, with my luck, I'm gonna like trip.
The only thing that I
push you or
kept,
something.
it hurt. It did. It hurt.
Oh fuck him! I had
But
to.
just knowing, this stuff, it amazes me because I'm in the medical field, and the only thing, Queen, that I could look at was because the closer you get to me, the more I can see like the skin tone and how many fingers you've got up. So when his hand got real close to my eye, the only thing I could look at was how steady his hand was. And it wasn't like it was a piece of string. I couldn't even see the stitch. It was thinner than a piece of hair that he had to, put around the white of my eye with the cornea sewn to it. And as of right now, I still have, 50 stitches holding that cornea on because it was leaking. And when I walked out of there that day, my whole eye was, you feel your eyelid, you can feel the little bubble. It feels like, half of a hard-boiled egg. My eye was completely flat. There was no pressure in it, nothing. And he went on a cruise the next day with his family. That man called me every single day to ask me how I was doing. I mean, he was on an Alaskan cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, Dr. Kemp,
Well, he's got to think about it. He doesn't want a lawsuit either.
Well, what he
He
said
wouldn't
though,
have had one. He was worried about because it's my only eye.
he says that what he had worked on with Shell's eye was one of the most complicated
Surgeries
that he's ever did, and that he still like talks because of the uniqueness of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that you don't really see all that often. And so as like, what was he using? He said if the eye.
Well, what he told me was what really kind of scared me when he said, what you can see out as far as I can see in. That's what I wasn't seeing any light,
Yeah.
nothing. And I was like, well, this is really great. But when he got in there to do a 3-hour surgery, it turned into like an 8-hour surgery because everything that from that corneal ulcer, it was fusing together. So it's like my retina was fusing to the back sac that holds your eye up. Not my retina, my iris was fusing to the back sac. You've got a sac behind your eye that holds your lens up. The lens was stuck to the iris. Everything was all fused together.
It's like, what?
And it's my only eye. They're still, they were still trying to save. So, he's in there just very meticulously separating all this for almost 8 hours. And he had a med student with him. I remember that going into surgery. But he said when he got in there, he didn't expect all that. And I'm like, well, I knew I couldn't see.
I mean, one stop said in the chat, when people really care, it shows. It's obvious.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to wonder. What a great doctor.
He's he's excellent.
This guy is doing
when
what
he calls
he's supposed to.
He calls me his hero. And
Yeah,
I'm
he
like,
said that on the phone. Yeah.
What? Yeah, and I'm like, I'm no hero. I'm having a hard time with this, whatever. But I remember it was bring your kids to work day, or so he had his kids in the office,
Yeah,
and they were running around. He goes, "Hey, do you mind if my kids come in here?" And one was like 8, one was like 6 or 7, and one was a little one. And they were running around his office, and he's got a busy practice. But when they came in, I made sure to tell them, if it wasn't for your dad, I wouldn't be able to see. That's how good of a doctor he is. And I said, he is, that's when I called him my hero. And I said, he's absolutely wonderful at what he does. And I just said, without your dad, I couldn't see. And we took him in when he gave me that little bit of eyesight. I say that what I see now,
Yeah.
it's like looking through a really fuzzy, dirty shower door. I can't make out details. I can't, whatever. But he gave me that little bit, and I took him in a unicorn cake, and I said, "Dr. K, you're magical." I mean, that made his.
Oh yeah,
year.
that's why in that video Shell's wearing a unicorn shirt
Yeah. Yeah.
because she wore that
She said,
shirt to the
"You
surgery
are magical."
because of the doctor. It's like a big thing about
Because
unicorns
I
and stuff
shouldn't
they
be able
got
to
going.
see anything right now. Because y'all got to remember, my left eye is gone. It's just black. If you hold your eye closed, and there's nothing but black.
No, it's not, Shell. You're a liar. You're a blind
That's right.
fucking
I'm not
liar.
lying.
You're a blind fucking liar.
But Dr. K, he is. If I lived in Europe and I needed another eye surgery, I would fly back to College Station for him to do it. And what they found, a month and a half ago, I've got a 1 millimeter hole in my eye because my eye is very opaque because it was tearing up and tearing. The tears were rolling down my cheeks, just involuntary. I was like, "What is this?" Because he's gone in and put a lens in it and shunts in it and had to open stuff. My pupil is non-reactive; it's sewn open. And anyway, he had to go in and do all this stuff to it, and it was just water was just coming out of it, and I'm like, "What is going on with this?" So I told Justin, I said, if I go to the ER, they're going to get an ophthalmologist MD in there, and I know I've got stitches in it and whatnot. So I called the paramedics. They looked at it. Yeah, you got a 1 millimeter hole in it. My eye from the surgery is so opaque. The only way I can describe it is like if you stretch a piece of dough out and you get a little hole in it because it's too thin. So he put a patch on it a couple weeks ago. We've got to go back next week for him to see if it's holding up. And
Fine, just get some.
It's
been over 3 years now. It's been going on 4 years with this since March of 2020. So it's been a long road. And one of her doctors, Dr. Zhang, the doctor who actually saved her eye in the emergency room initially.
Well, I was in Temple Hospital.
While you were in Temple Hospital,
when I was in that coma.
we went to go see him early on, and he told her, "Don't put your sword down. This is going to be a long fight."
Yeah.
And it is. I mean, a lot of doctors did. The other doctor, he put the shunt in.
Jenna said they had a team of 20.
Yeah, it's something. What you went through is. I wish we got to get the name of it. Begin with an A. What you had.
Yeah, it was a huge long
It was
name.
a huge name for what you had. It began with an A and wrote it down.
Bacteria was in
What?
there.
Yeah, the bacteria and how just they're like, how the fuck did this even get in there? It's just It's just
been me at work. Something that's
It's like Shell can't win she can't win the lottery, but she can fucking win this shit. Like long odds. Thanks, long odds.
Well, I didn't die during that coma.
Well, you beat some long odds that way too, and that's the thing. In order for her and you want to use the words in quotation, well, for her to see as quote well as she is seeing, she had to beat a long string of love. It was like going into a playoffs down 0-3. Like you had to win you couldn't lose anymore. You had to sweep.
Well,
And that's what she did with long odds. Every time she went in for a surgery.
Even this last year, we didn't say anything to anybody, but I was literally standing at the back patio and my legs started shaking and I would have hit the floor. They were buckling and Justin came over and it was like a controlled fall. But I've got something called infarcts in my legs now from being in that coma. Infarcts are what they are. You got a myocardial infarction. That means a heart attack. Myocardial is your heart, but an infarction is dead tissue around it. So I know what infarcts are. I'm like, where in the hell is that from? And it's from being in that coma and not moving around for 3 months. So it's like it's still, things are still happening, but I just don't get on here and go,
I know, yeah.
My eye. Yeah, it's like whatever. But I appreciate all the well wishes and
Definitely.
good things coming my way.
They've been good people. They've been good people.
Huge good people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a rough road.
I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
You're fine. It's been a rough road, and Queen, I don't know if you know what it is to get up and not be able to find your own clothes. Does this match? And Justin's like, Shell, you look so nice, but your shirt's on backwards. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and your socks don't match. She called me Punky Brewster for the first year. I'm like,
I went through that a little bit, just a little bit.
did you?
Well, because I had my cataracts done.
Oh, there you go. Well, you can't. Yeah. I mean, you take away your main sensory, which is your eyesight. It warps your entire life.
But you know what? I was going to work with my shirt on inside out the whole. Even normal. I get home and I'm like, why didn't anybody tell me my shirt was on inside or my pants, like or my leggings? And I'm like, oh my God, nobody said anything. Like,
yeah. The tag's hanging out, but it's now in the front. Yeah. You got them on inside out and backwards.
That's it. It's hilarious. Well, because when I go hang out with the, yeah. And then I put my clothes back on and my shit's all crazy crooked and backwards.
Yes, me too.
Fuck, I get home, I'm like, shit, why didn't he tell me my fucking pants were inside out? Fucking Christ.
You sound just like me. It's like, what? And the thing is, before your cataracts and like before this stuff happened in my eyes, we were just very prim and proper, and we wanted to look nice, and you could check yourself in the mirror and make sure you look okay. Now you're like walking out looking like a total hurricane. Thinking that you look okay.
I'll go to like the store, 7-Eleven, I'll go shopping and nobody says a word. I'm like, oh,
because they think you're a crazy person. So I tell Justin, I said, these people have got to think I'm a crazy person. I'm walking around with my pants, backwards, inside out, and maybe 2 different colored shoes or yeah, God help me. God help us all. Yeah, I just never experienced anything like this, and it's just to where you've got to rely on everyone else to tell you that you look okay, you look all right, and you can't like walk by a mirror and like kind of check it yourself, because everybody does that. You're kind of like, all right, yeah, looking all right, I'll go in the other room. With me, it's like I'm surprised I don't look like a wet duck's ass when I get done blow drying my hair and. I have no idea what color they've got it now.
That's right. I've become a good beautician assistant.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, I don't even blow dry my hair. I just let it.
Yes, she gets frustrated with me. She calls her daughters. She's like, "Can one of you come by? I need a girl here." Yeah. Justin is trying his best, but he just doesn't get it.
He hands me like my face cream. It's like. This is not face cream. It's like body balm, which is completely different.
I don't know. There's so many fucking bottles in there. It's like everything says lotion on it. And she's like, can you put my hair up?
Oh, God, that was another thing.
I'm like, can I put your hair up? Sure, let's try it. Let's give it a shot. Why not? Yeah, I guess so. Let's put your hair up.
How you grab it in a ponytail, Queen, and you twist it and put it up in a clippy. Well, I couldn't gather all of it up, and I'm just... Yeah, he didn't know how to work a clippy. I'm like, you got to scrape the back of my head a little bit. And he's like scraping into my head, trying to get my hair out. I'm like, oh my God.
Got to choose your words more carefully.
It's stuff that you don't even, guys.
Careful what you ask for.
I know.
Yeah. That's what Shell kicks in. She goes, you're so damn literal.
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, if you weren't literal,
Yeah, but you just have to have it
literal.
You have to have a sense of humor
Well,
about it.
now I know I can put her hair up like nobody's business. So I'd be putting her hair up in ponytails, no problem now.
Yeah. People are like, you can't even wipe your own ass.
If she asked me to stop putting on her makeup, then that could be a fucking
No, I
problem.
don't wear makeup.
That's the thing. She doesn't wear much makeup, so it's like, okay.
The thing is that I wore just face powder and like blush and whatnot for a while. So I put some on. It was like, what, a few months back.
Yeah.
This is like, wow, your face looks really good. Fuck off.
You probably look like a damn clown. That's why he said it. You look like a bozo.
No, she looked good. She looked good. She
I
had.
remember, you know how to put it on my cheek.
Yeah, she was in the bathroom, and then she came out like about a half hour later, and she did it. It looked really good. I was like, wow, your face looks really good. And she's like, fuck you. I'm like, no, it's a compliment. I'm not saying you've looked like shit. I'm saying I understand you put in a lot of work to put on the fucking makeup. I'm trying to compliment you.
Never trying to put on mascara or eyeshadow, forget it. Eyeliner, anything, and
No, fine with. Oh, show it's you.
I
Shit.
I
didn't
can't do
recognize-
that now. I can't do that now either because I got to have the cataract surgery.
yeah,
And what they did was they took away my close vision.
yeah.
So I have to wear glasses to see what the fuck I'm doing. Even to pop a pimple on my nose,
yeah.
I have to wear my glasses. So can you imagine me trying to put on mascara?
No.
I can't
That-
do it.
that-
I gotta wear my glasses.
That wand
Joke.
would go in my eyeball if I tried to do that.
It's a joke. I can't see anything up close. It's like I said, in order for me to pop a pimple, I have to keep my glasses on.
Do you
When
wanna hear-
before, I could take my glasses off, shove my face in the mirror, and do it, but I can't see.
Yeah. What's really, really weird, and I'm going to find out Wednesday what's going on with my eyesight. Like, I'm looking across the room. I can make out shadows. Everything's fuzzy. Everything's foggy. I can see like a computer monitor. I know it is because my brain's telling me that that's lit up. Okay. But if you give me my cell phone and I'm holding it about 6 inches from, and now about what, a foot from my face.
Yeah.
I can read up in, when it's white on black, I can read. Remember how little these numbers are, what percentage is left on my battery.
Right.
I'm like, why
She can see.
can I see that?
She can see that little 4-point font on her phone. Or if she's like looking, like if she has her lens in and she's having a good day, she could be like where we're sitting now. She can look across the way and look at a computer monitor or a TV. And if the closed captioning, she can read that. She can read anything that's.
As long as it's not too quick. I have to really sit there and study it for a minute.
And it's got to be a dark background though. Anything white washes it all out.
White
Right.
lettering against a dark back or black background is what I need.
Yeah. So like all the dark modes, like even right now, like the chat, if you have it in dark mode, it'll be all like light text against a dark background.
Well, even like my texts that I get are white lettering against
Yeah, we
a
got it
light
set in your
green.
phone for a certain way. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to do that. And the National Federation for the Blind are bringing a couple of computers, and they're like, we need to see how proficient you are and what kind of training you need. I'm like, shit, we need to move them in.
No, but it's going to be like voice recognition software,
Yeah.
just stuff that's really gonna, because it's like you said, Shell, sit down and log into the computer.
I can't.
Fucking what?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
It's
that's
just-
why Justin's always with me when I'm on the computer. It's like I can't see it. I can't, anything in the chat, I can't see. There's a couple people, well, one person with his mouth on the internet, but it's like, look at boys and girls. Listen to her. You catch her in a lie. She's saying hi to people in the chat. Well, Justin's like, hey, One Stop just signed on, and you whatnot. Hey, One Stop, hey, this and that.
Yeah, that's how Shell knows somebody's in the chat, because I
That's the
tell
only
her.
reason. I'm like, what is this guy's problem?
I gotta go.
All
Um,
right.
Okay.
Hey, have a good rest of the night. I hope whatever.
Yeah,
I hope whatever you got going on goes as easily as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I get back early enough, maybe I'll go live again. But
All right, we'll look for you.
All right.
Thanks, Queen.
have a good night, guys. Sorry about
Yeah.
this.
No, you're
You're
fine.
fine. Good night, everybody.
Hold on. All right.